At the beginning of the movie, we see an 18-year-old boy named Mark. When he comes home with his best friend, he finds that his mother has thrown him a surprise birthday party. All of Mark's friends have come. Mark is very happy to see this. There, Mark's eyes fall on one of his friends. Her name is Melanie. Mark has a crush on Melanie and is looking at her all over. He can't take his eyes off Melanie. Then, Mark's best friend comes to him and says, "Send your mother out tonight. Then we'll invite Melanie and her friend and have a lot of fun." Mark lived with his mother. Mark's father died a few years ago. Since then, Mark's mother has been taking care of him alone. She tries to fulfill all of Mark's wishes. And like all mothers, she wants her son to study and grow up. That's why she is very serious about her son. Mark's mother has been dating a man for a few years. He used to come and go to their house. When Randy comes to Mark's house at night, Mark sends his mother on a date with Randy. After they leave, Mark's best friend, Melanie, and her friend come here. They drink and have a lot of fun. Mark's friend befriends Melanie's friend and kisses her, but Mark and Melanie were sitting quietly. Then, suddenly, the doorbell rings. Mark opens the door and sees an old man. Mark's mother asks him to keep an eye on Mark. The man talks to Mark about his studies. Here, we learn that Mark is a very good programmer, and after a few months, he will get into a good college. The next day, Mark goes to a store to buy some things, as his mother said. There, he meets a beautiful 40-year-old woman named Carissa. Carissa asks Mark to help her buy shower supplies. Then, Mark helps Carissa buy things. Here, Mark looks into Carissa's eyes and loses himself, and he can't take his eyes off her. Mark is completely attracted to Carissa. Carissa was leaving after thanking Mark, but Mark keeps glancing at her. When Mark leaves the store, Carissa asks him for help again. Carissa says she can't do shower fittings, so Mark should help her. Carissa tries to give Mark money, but Mark gets in her car with her without paying. Then, Mark comes to Carissa's house and does her shower fittings. Then, Carissa comes to Mark, takes off her clothes, and goes to take a shower. She also calls Mark to take a shower with her. Mark was attracted to Carissa from the beginning. That's why he couldn't stop himself. And he also goes to take a shower with Carissa, and the two of them go to the closet. Then, when Mark comes home, he can see the look of happiness on his face. Then, Mark tells his best friend about Carissa, that she is a very beautiful and rich girl. Mark had a lot of fun with her, but Mark's friend didn't believe him. That night, Mark got ready and went on a date with Carissa. His mother asked, "Who are you going on a date with?" Mark didn't tell his mother anything. Randy was there too. She said to Mark's mother, "Why are you worrying so much about your son? Give him some freedom." Then Mark left the house and Carissa drove up to Mark's house. Mark went with her. The two went to a restaurant and talked a lot while eating. Mark asked Carissa, "Are you married?" She replied, "Yes, but my husband is no longer alive." Mark felt bad hearing this. Then Mark showed Carissa an app that he had been working on for a few years. Carissa liked this app a lot. She told Mark, "My friend works at a software company. I will talk to him about your app." Mark was also happy to hear this, but Carissa tells her, "You have to pay for this." Saying this, Carissa goes to pay the bill. Then a waiter comes and tells Mark, "Stay away from Carissa. She is not a good woman." But Mark takes her words lightly. The next morning, Mark's mother asks him, "Why did you come so late last night? Where were you?" His mother felt that Mark would not go astray or get involved in any drugs, but Mark does not talk properly to his mother and leaves the house. Now, Mark starts spending most of his time with Carissa. He goes to Carissa's house and the two enjoy each other. Both of them enjoy spending time with each other. Since Mark is out most of the time, his mother feels that her son is moving away from her, so she gets very tense about Mark. Then, when she checks Mark's phone, she finds Carissa's number on the phone. Seeing this, she thinks that Mark might be dating some girl from college. So Mark's mother called Carissa and invited her to dinner at home.
On the other hand, we see Carissa. She is behaving strangely and trying to torture herself. I mean, she is some kind of psycho. Then Carissa gets ready and comes to Mark's house. Mark's mother is surprised to see Carissa. Here, Mark's mother finds out that the person her son is dating is a woman her age. Mark's mother is completely shocked to see this. She doesn't like Carissa at all. Then Randy also comes there and they all have dinner together. Here, Carissa tells Mark's mother that her son has made an app which is very useful, and later Mark will be able to start a big business himself. Carissa also says that if Mark wants, he can skip college for this. But Mark's mother is not happy at all with this, because she doesn't want her son to skip college and play with his future. Then Carissa replies that Mark is a grown-up now. He can make his own decisions now. An argument starts between Mark's mother and Carissa about this matter. Mark's mother gets angry and says, "You're using my son." She tells Carissa to leave. Carissa is about to leave the room, but Mark comes to stop her. Carissa says, "Why didn't you tell me when your mother told me all this?" Carissa tries to turn Mark against her mother and says, "You're a grown-up now. You should make your own decisions. You shouldn't rely on your mother for everything." Carissa then takes Mark in the car and leaves. Mark's mother is very angry here. She wanted to talk to Mark, but watched her son leave with Carissa with a sad heart. Carissa then takes Mark to her room. Then they end up in each other's closets by the pool. Meanwhile, Mark's mother is researching Carissa online. She comes across an article on the internet and learns that Carissa married a rich old man. But after a few years, the old man's body was found in the house. Everyone thought that this old man was already dead, due to which the man got all the property from Carissa. Knowing this, Mark's mother became more tense for her son. So the next morning, she went to Carissa's house to bring Mark, but Carissa did not let her enter the house. Then Mark's mother said, "My son will leave you one day." Hearing this, Carissa replied, "I will guide Mark in such a way that he will leave you and come to me forever." Then Mark's mother left there angrily. Then Carissa came to Mark and said, "Now you stay in this house with me. None of us will come to disturb us here." But Mark did not agree to that and said that after a month he will join college. Mark said that he could not stay away from his mother. Hearing this, Carissa got very angry. She told Mark, "Then you leave here." Then Mark drives away from there with his friend in the car. Meanwhile, Mark's mother asks Randy for help and says Mark needs to be separated from Carissa. Randy tells her, "Let Mark learn from his mistakes." But Mark's mother doesn't like this at all. Then Mark's mother comes up with an idea to bring Melanie closer to Mark, whom Mark liked, and then Carissa will stay away from Mark's life. On the other hand, Mark was sitting at home talking to Carissa on a video call. Carissa apologizes to her and invites Mark to her house tonight. But Mark doesn't agree to go because his mother told him that Melanie is coming here. Carissa gets very angry when she doesn't listen to Mark. Then Melanie comes to their house and Mark is very happy to see her. The two talk a lot while having lunch together. Mark's mother gives him some money and tells him to take Melanie out for a walk. Then Melanie and Mark go out a lot together. Here we learn that Melanie also likes Mark, and the two kiss. Then Carissa gets angry seeing them together from a distance and feels jealous inside. Then Melanie drives Mark to her house. When Mark comes home, she is very happy. His mother is also very happy to see Mark happy. Meanwhile, when Melanie was leaving in her car, Carissa was already hiding in her car. She attacks Melanie from behind and ties her up. Melanie gets very scared. Carissa takes a knife and threatens her, saying that if she doesn't stay away from Mark, Carissa will kill her. Finally, Carissa cuts Melanie's cheek with a knife and leaves. The next day, when Mark calls Melanie, she doesn't answer. This makes Mark very tense. On the other hand, Mark's mother goes to meet Randy. Then Randy tells Mark's mother, "You're worrying too much about your son and trying to get me to do what you say. I don't think our relationship can handle it, so we should break up." Mark's mother gets upset hearing this. Meanwhile, Mark tells his friend that he wants to break up with Carissa because now he will be in a relationship with Melanie, whom he really loves. Hearing this, Mark's friend goes to Carissa's house thinking that Carissa loves Mark and Mark wants to break up with her. When Carissa finds out that Mark is moving away from her, Carissa plans to do something else. Meanwhile, while Mark was at home, he received a video call from Carissa. Carissa tells him, "My friend who works at a software company to look at your app will come tonight, so I will come pick you up tonight." However, Mark initially refuses to go, but in the end, he is forced to obey Carissa, and before leaving for the night, he tells his mother and leaves. After going to Carissa's house, he was telling Carissa's friend about his app. Hearing this, Carissa's friend says, "Such an app is already on the market, but seeing your efforts, we can offer you a job." After Carissa's friend left, Mark said, "I don't want to work now. I want to finish college first." Saying this, Mark was leaving from there. Seeing this, Carissa realized that Mark was no longer interested in her. So in anger, she hit Mark on the head with a beer bottle. This knocked Mark unconscious. When Mark regained consciousness, he found himself locked in a room. Both his hands were tied with chains. Carissa came there and said, "You were going to leave me after finishing your work." She started to torture Mark and said her husband cheated on her with another girl. That's why she killed her husband. Hearing this, Mark got very scared and begged to let him go, but Carissa stabbed him with a knife. This caused a lot of pain to Mark. Thus, morning came, and Mark still did not return home. Due to this, his mother became very tense. She called Mark, but the call was not received. Then she tells Randy everything and goes to Carissa's room to look for her son. Carissa brings Mark's mother into the room and tells her, "If you want to see your son, put these handcuffs on." Mark's mother had no other choice, so she puts the handcuffs on. Then Carissa takes her to the room where Mark is being held, injured. Mark's mother is crying, seeing her son in this condition. Carissa says, "You ruined our relationship, so now you have to shoot yourself, or your son." Carissa puts the bullets in the gun and leaves the room. Then Mark's mother tells her son, "I realized my mistake. I should have given you some space." Then Carissa hears the gunshots from outside and quickly comes into the room. Here, Carissa sees Mark's mother lying on the ground. When Carissa comes to take a better look, Mark's mother attacks Carissa. A long and terrible fight continues between Carissa and Mark's mother, and in the end, Mark's mother beats Carissa unconscious. Then she was leaving with Mark. Then Carissa got up again and tried to attack them, but then Randy came there. Randy put a rod in Carissa's stomach. She died there. At that time, they heard some noises from inside the room. When Randy opened the box, he saw Mark's friend inside, whom Carissa had kept captive. A few days later, we see that Mark is going to college with Melanie. Randy and Mark's mother come to drop them off at college. Randy's relationship with Mark's mother is now fixed, and with this, the story of this movie ends. Let us know how you liked the story in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to see all such great movie explanations. We will talk about a new story. Until then, enjoy our previous videos. Goodbye.